In the top stories, Bayford's hatchery exports to San Martin, new Bermuda opposition leader sworn in, and at least 18 killed in deadly illegal coal mine blast in northeastern India. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Friday, the 6th of January, 2026, and I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene, St. Kitts has exported another 500 layered chicks to a neighboring country, Caribbean country. This time, St. Martin was the beneficiary. The shipment is part of the Taiwan CDF layered chicken project, which began in 2023 with funding from the Taiwan Technical Division in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture. Project coordinator Rohan Edmead also confirmed that the hatchery recently delivered 1,000 chicks to a local farmer, bringing the total number of layered chicks produced to over 11,500. The target for 2026 is 20,000 chicks. Officials say this achievement strengthens local poultry capacity, promotes regional agricultural trade, and enhances food security. The Bayford's hatchery exported 500 chicks to Statia in October last year, demonstrating the local poultry sector's ability to compete regionally. Under the leadership of Minister of Agriculture Samuel Duggins and the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party government, this initiative has prioritized food security, farmer support, and agricultural resilience, creating jobs, stronger farm incomes, and new export opportunities. A sitting of the National Assembly will be held at the National Assembly Chambers Government Headquarters on Thursday, 12th February at 10 o'clock in the morning. The order paper and other information related to the session will be issued ahead of the sitting. Copies of the bills to be debated will be available on the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service website, sknis.gov.kn, under the Bills section once they become available to the public. The National Assembly will be broadcast live on ZIZ 96.1 FM, ZIZ Television Channel 5, and www.zizonline.com. Channel 98 in Nevis will also air the upcoming session of Parliament. The Four Seasons Resort Nevis has announced the appointment of Mahmoud Mohammed as its new resort manager. Bringing more than 20 years of experience across globally recognized five-star properties, Mahmoud joins the Nevis leadership team with a strong foundation in operational excellence, authentic service culture, and cross-cultural hospitality. Mahmoud began his four-season journey at Four Seasons Hotel Cairo at First Residence, where he mastered the fundamentals of luxury service before being selected for the prestigious manager in training program at Four Seasons Hotel Las Vegas. His career then took him to Four Seasons Resort, Whistler, and Four Seasons Hotel Houston. The appointment comes as Four Seasons Resort Nevis says it is seeking to strengthen its leadership and sharpen its focus on guest experience, community partnership, and contemporary Caribbean luxury. Now for a look at news on the regional scene. Ben Smith has been sworn in as Bermuda's new leader of the opposition. Smith took the oath at Government House on Thursday, replacing Robert King, who was removed from the post following a vote of no confidence. The move came after growing concerns among members of Parliament about King's leadership and his ability to unify the One Bermuda Alliance. Deputy Ober leader and Shadow Minister of Justice Scott Pearman said the process followed constitutional procedures and described it as democracy in action. Smith said his priority is to unite the party and position it as a credible alternative for the country with a strong focus on young people. He also pledged not to speak ill of his predecessor, calling the internal party matters private, and said the Ober will maintain open communication with its membership going forward. And Jamaica's diaspora council elections have resumed, with officials reporting record levels of participation from Jamaicans overseas. Voting for membership to the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and its youth arm is underway online at connectmedia.com and will continue through the 20th February 2026. Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the Honorable Orlando Tewalong, said the elections were previously paused following Hurricane Melissa in October 2025 as diaspora electoral committees in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada focused on relief and recovery efforts. He said as Jamaica moves from emergency response to rebuilding, the diaspora has indicated its readiness to proceed with the election process. A record 51 candidates are contesting seats across the 3 countries, marking the highest participation in the history of the Council. Minister Tewalong said the strong engagement demonstrates confidence in the diaspora councils and willingness among Jamaicans abroad to contribute to national development. He emphasized that the council support Jamaica's national diaspora policy by facilitating collaboration in areas such as education, health, culture, economic development, the environment, and citizen security. Addressing criticism of the process, the minister warned against attempts to disrupt or discredit the elections through misinformation and propaganda. He urged all eligible Jamaicans overseas to participate in the vote and remain active partners in shaping Jamaica's future. On the international scene, at least 18 miners have died following an explosion at an illegally operated coal mine in India's northeastern state of Meghalaya. Police say the blast occurred Thursday morning in the East Jaintia Hills district, with one person severely injured and others still feared trapped underground. Authorities say the explosion was likely caused by dynamite used in so-called rat hole mining, a hazardous and illegal practice involving narrow tunnels where workers crouch to extract coal. Rat hole mining has been banned in the state since 2014, but activists say the practice continues due to weak enforcement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced financial assistance for the families of the deceased and for the injured. Police say 18 bodies have been recovered so far, and a case has been filed against unidentified individuals connected to the mine. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad said those responsible will face strict legal action. Officials say many of the victims may be from the neighboring state of Assam, where the Chief Minister has pledged support to affected families if confirmed. The incident is one of the deadliest mining accidents in the region in recent years and has renewed calls for stronger enforcement against illegal mining operations. Senior officials from the United States and Iran are holding talks in Oman as tensions between the 2 countries continue to rise. The discussions come amid fears of a direct military confrontation following a recent U.S. military buildup in the Middle East. The U.S. delegation is being led by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, while Iran's team is headed by Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. The talks are believed to be indirect, with Oman acting as a mediator. Both sides remain far apart on key issues. The United States is pressing Iran to freeze its nuclear program and give up its stockpile of enriched uranium, while also seeking discussions on Iran's ballistic missile program, regional allies, and human rights record. Iran has said the talks should be limited strictly to nuclear issues, calling other demands a violation of its sovereignty. Oman said its foreign minister met separately with both delegations to help prepare the conditions for resuming diplomatic and technical negotiations. Previous talks collapsed last year after Israel launched a surprise attack on Iran. In recent weeks, U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened military action if a deal is not reached, while Iran has warned it would respond with force to any attack. Iran is expected to push for the lifting of sanctions that have severely damaged its economy, while regional leaders warn that any military strike could trigger a wider conflict. Officials say the talks could provide a path toward de-escalation, but the outcome remains uncertain. We now take a look at the weather. Weather conditions across St. Kitts and Nevis are generally fair at times. Although a few passing showers remain possible over the islands. Winds are light and variable, while seas are moderate, with wave heights reaching between 1.2 and 1.8 meters or 4 to 6 feet. Looking ahead through the rest of today, expect partly cloudy skies with a low or 30% chance of showers. Conditions tonight will be much the same, partly cloudy with only a slight or 20% chance of showers. Sunset this evening is expected to be at around 9 minutes past 6, and sunrise tomorrow morning will be at around 20 minutes before 7. That brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.